I'm excited about this tutorial because I tried this on a Facebook Live and it didn't work, but I figured it out. I'm going to teach you how to stamp on gold leaf. So here I took a piece of wood and I watered down DIY Paints Old School to make a stain, and then I painted over it in Vintage Linen, which is one of our 5 whites. Then after it dried, I took 2 stamps from IOD, the butterfly stamp and the typesetting stamp, and I took out the letters that spelled love. Once I had my letters placed exactly where I wanted them, I went ahead and I grabbed one of our thin mounts and I put the letters on there. It's easier to do this on the board and then take the thin mount and place it so that you know exactly where you want it and you can fit it in there. It's just a confidence boost. It helps you to make sure that your letters are going to be exactly where you want them. And because of the grid line, it lets me make sure that everything is lined up the way that I want it to be. Then I took the Versamark ink pad and I inked the typesetting letters. Now when I stamp this, it's going to be clear, but you can tell that it's been stamped. You'll be able to see it on the side. So whenever you're stamping, you hover over and you go ahead and place your hand on it and then rub all the letters to make sure that either your ink, or in this case the Versamark ink pad, is transferring and it's making a good impression. Then you release it up very carefully, not to mess up your inking. I did get a little bit of the ink outside of the letter, so I just wiped it clean. Then I took the sticky embossing powder. This is key. This is how I made it happen. And I just went ahead and dumped out the excess on a sheet of paper. I used my heat gun, or you can use an embossing gun, and just hit it until it melted. Here I'm using rose gold flakes, but you can use regular gold leaf sheets. They come in silver, copper, rose gold, gold of course, and I applied them on there, and then I took a brush and removed the excess. Then I stamped my butterfly and I did the same exact thing, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out. I left that powder over there to the side and I just kept reusing it until it was covered over. The lines are really fine, and so it took me a little bit longer to get all of the gold leaf flakes, or the rose gold leaf flakes, on there, but I love the way that it turned out. And so then what you want to do is get a good stiff brush that's soft enough to remove all of the letters. It was easier to do it on this bigger piece with a bigger brush. And then I was still able to have a little bit of working time to add a little bit more leaf as needed. Then I sanded the edges just to give it a rustic, worn look, and I even used my baby wipe to remove some of the paint. And then I used DIY Paint's Big Top to seal it. I grabbed these balls in various sizes from Amazon and I glued them with Type-On Quick and Thick. Now I will tell you that normally I don't have a problem with this glue, but they did come off, and so I went back and I did use a little bit of E6000 in my hot glue gun. And I stained the back with the same watered down DIY Paints Old School, using my fine mist sprayer to get it in there and have a light coating of the stain. I also created this gold leaf fronds with the IOD Franz stamp, but here is my finished riser that I did on this video, and I love the way that it turned out. If you do this tutorial, please let me know. Subscribe to the channel. Also, hit me up on my website, lisaboondesigns.com, to purchase any of these products.